Today's video is quick little journal with me share. I see lots of these on the people that I follow on YouTube, and so I just thought I would post a catch-up session that I was putting into my journal. It's getting really fat. I'm almost finished with it, and so I am trying to fill it up with things that aren't going to bulk it up too much because there's just no room left. I wasn't sure if anybody would be interested in watching how I use my journals, but Journal with Me shares seem to be quite popular, so I thought I'd give it a go. I am a little bit disappointed for you all that I don't have a cool accent. I don't find my voice to be particularly soothing. Most of the people that I follow have very cool accents, and it makes it that much more fun and interesting to listen to, but I'm Canadian, so here I go. I just tore out a piece of a magazine. I like to use those as backgrounds quite often. Gives me a chance to recycle, and there's so many pretty pictures. This is a Somerset magazine that I got at the thrift, and I just think that there's so much beauty in there. I chose a background page with a bird on it because that's what I'm journaling today. I gotta say, I never pictured myself to be the old lady who does the bird watching, but here I am. I have a tree outside my window that gives me a lot of entertainment while I'm doing the dishes. Grows berries, so every fall I get a big horde of birds that come and just pillage the tree all in one day. And lucky for me, most years it seems like I'm not at work when it's happening, so this time I managed to get a few photos. One of them has some pretty blue jays, and I just thought I'd stick those in my journal today. So when I'm building books, I'm really particular about the adhesives that I use, but when I'm doing my own personal journaling, I find that a glue stick does the trick. I thought I would turn this photo into kind of a homemade Polaroid. I'm pretty obsessed with Instax cameras. I don't have one, my daughter does, but I would like to get one for myself. This time I just thought I'd do one homemade using some scraps that I had in my bucket. So I found a pretty color that would kind of match with what I was doing. I don't really want to do much on that opposite page. It has really pretty paper that I don't feel the need to cover up, so I'm going to stick my photo down just over top this magazine. I almost covered up the bird, which was the whole reason I chose the magazine page, so I'm glad that I remembered to shuffle it over. On the other side, I'm putting an old library pocket. They're falling out of some of the old books that I'm withdrawing from our school library, and I thought I'd put them to use. So I'm just going to layer a little bit of, it's a pretty thin, vintage-looking paper. It's not actually vintage, it's just vintage-looking. My sister gave me a little stack of them for Christmas, so I'll stick that down, and then I'm just going to put the library pocket on top of that. And I have another photo of the birds that I'm just going to stick in the pocket and leave it loose. Gotta make sure that photo doesn't fall out of there, so just checking it to make sure that it's held down. And I happened to glance over at my little rolling cart and I saw my washi tapes. They're so cute, but I sometimes forget that I even own them. And I'm trying to be better about that. I don't buy very much for supplies anymore. I have so many things to use up. These little letter stickers that I'm using right now, they were from a baby kit that I somehow picked up along the way, and a lot of the phrases in there, they work for anything. So I've been trying to use up those stickers. I also have this little book of, they're kind of punch outs. They're not sticky. They're just little die cuts that you can punch out of the pad. And there was one of a bird cage, so that worked out perfect. Kind of looks lonely on that pocket though, so I'm trying to work out what I'm going to do next. Just using up little bits. I keep a basket where if something really I don't know, catches my attention, I guess, and I want it for my own book, I'll toss it in that basket. That way, when I go to work in my journal, I'm not digging through stacks and stacks of supplies and paper and whatever. I just kind of have a basket where I toss in anything that I think I might want to use to decorate my own personal journal. I lucked out and I had a tag in there. I think I got it from one of the Cheaply Chic kits back when she did monthly kits. She had me for a little while as a, I don't know, like she would send out the kits and then we would be a part of her design team and work with the supplies. So I found a tag and it had birds and stuff on it, so it worked out perfect. Found a cute bird in that punch out kit, so I decided to use that as a tab on the side of the page. I'm sorry it's a little bit out of frame, but I'll give you a better look here at the end. So thanks so much for watching. I don't know if you found that interesting or not. Just leave me a comment if you did. Just doing some journaling on the tag, and then I'm gonna pop it in that library pocket, and I think I'm gonna call this page done. It's nothing too fancy, but sometimes it's good to see how other people journal and to see for yourself that it really doesn't have to be fancy as long as you're enjoying doing it. And I was. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and subscribe if